welcome to Simple Holistic Yoga. So today we're going to talk about a very basic pose in yoga, which is TADASANA, also known as mountain pose. And this is a very basic pose. It is a very foundational pose in yoga. A lot of the other poses build on this pose, and this is just an amazing pose to improve your body posture. So if you feel like over the years you've started to, hunch down a little bit, or if you're sitting and you find yourself not always sitting up straight, if you regularly practice this pose, this is really going to help you improve your posture. So let's just get down with it. So you want to be standing for this pose, and just anywhere. If you have a mat, go ahead and stand on your mat. If you're on a carpet or a hardwood floor, wherever you're at, just start with standing. And traditionally, this pose was practiced, with your feet together. So if you wish, you could have your feet together. This is where you bring your big toes to touch. Your heels can be about 1 inch apart, and that's fine. But if this is a little bit challenging for balance, then you could also stand with your feet hip width apart. Now, it's important to note that when you're standing with your feet hip width apart, you want to have your feet inner hip width apart and not outer hip width apart. So you don't want to be too wide here. You just want to stand inner hip width apart. Now, this pose starts or builds on a firm foundation. So in order to sort of get an awareness of that foundation in our feet, let's just think that this is the base of my foot. And you have 4 pads or 4 essential corners in your feet. So we're going to assume that these are the pads of my feet. So you have 2 of those, grounding down points right up here. And then this is your heel, and you have 2 of those grounding down points right down here. So we'll call these the 4 points in your feet, and you want to start by trying to ground down firmly through these points. So let's just sort of rock ourselves front and back a little bit. So just rock ourselves front and back, coming onto the tops of your feet or the balls of your feet and feeling those 2 points, and then rocking back onto your heels and feeling those 2 points. So you just want to do that a couple times just so you can get a little more awareness going at the base of your feet. And then what I want you to do is rock yourself back onto your heels, lift your toes, and try to spread your toes as wide as you can, because our feet are always cooped up in our shoes. So you're going to try to spread your toes as wide as you can, and then you're going to slowly and gently press those toes down onto the mat. But you want to make sure that you try and maintain that space or that gap between your toes. So you want to get into those little muscles everywhere in your feet. And now you're grounded down firmly. So you have a strong, firm foundation. From here, you want to engage your quadriceps. How you're going to do that is you want to have a gentle lift in your kneecap. When you do that, you're going to sort of engage your quadriceps right here. You're going to feel as if you're hugging your muscles to your bones. You want to lift up through the arches of your feet. So now your legs are fully engaged. Now when you do this, you're going to naturally feel a gentle tightening in your belly. And that's a good tightening. You want to sort of draw your lower belly in towards your back body. So this is going to firm your lower belly right here. Now, when you do this, what you don't want is your tailbone sticking out. You actually want to tuck your tailbone down and under towards the floor. So we're going to go through that one more time, grounding down firmly through your feet. You're going to gently lift up through your kneecaps and activate your quadriceps. You want to have a slight internal rotation of your thighs, and you want to draw your lower belly in and back towards your back body. When you do that, this is going to help you lift a little taller, a little higher up, and you want that. You want to welcome that lift because we want to try to lengthen our spine. So you want to keep that lift, but there's a natural tendency that when you lift up that way, your shoulders come up. You want to keep your shoulders down and away from your ears. You want to relax your shoulders down and away from your ears. You want to keep your neck nice, soft, and long. And you want to feel as if the crown of your head is reaching up towards the ceiling. And you want to keep your chin parallel to the mat. And then your hands can be by your side, palms either facing forward or palms facing, your body. So if you do this pose actively and you stand in this pose for a few breaths, and engage all the muscles that are required, you're definitely going to feel a little bit of a workout here. So that's when you're doing it correctly. So we're just gonna whiz through this one more time. Ground down firmly through your feet. If you need to rock front and back, go for it. Rock onto your heels. Make sure you're spreading those toes nice and wide and then placing them back down onto the mat. You want to lift your kneecaps a little bit. You want to feel as if you're pulling up through the arches of your feet. You want to activate your quadriceps. From your lower belly draws in towards the back body. Automatically, you're going to find that lift in your spine that you do want. And then you want to draw your shoulders down your back and relax those shoulders away from your ears. From here, your neck is nice and long, crown of the head reaching up, hands parallel to your body right by your side, either palms facing up or palms facing your body, and your chin is parallel to the floor or the mat. And that is your active Tadasana. So do this a couple times a day. This is very good for your posture, as I said. And if you want to look into more benefits of this, you can read about this on my blog, or there's a ton of other resources out, on the internet. So that was it for today, and I will be back with some more poses.